fire on deck. And when I spark it, I get smoked up. It's nothing but pop it. I be high, my nigga. That ain't no lie, my nigga. Be high, my nigga. That ain't no lie. I'll be like a bird. I'm up in the sky, my nigga. This stills in my blood helps elevate me up. I'm feeling blunt with super green stuff. Hitting my bleeds hard every time that I puff it. Hoovers ain't smoking no matter how bad that they want it. Smoke mine down so ain't nothing left to hold. Pull weed out of my bag so there's nothing left to roll. Every blunt that I pick. Then rolling up to Bob Marley and his certified pothead. Smoke one of my little half spliffs and shit. It's good, Casper and shit. Oh yeah, I'm just trying to get myself together and shit. Yesterday my cousin I went and picked her up and shit, and me and my wife and my cousin was chilling like until late night. That I had to get up early and take her back to the airport and shit. Right, I came back home and crashed out. Now I'm like, just trying to like get my Yo, I found a video that I want to watch today. Now, typically when I come on here, I don't have no plans and shit. I just plan to come on here and smoke. You know what I mean? With y'all and chill and shit. So it's really playing more than that. It's really playing. But about the old school, always twist up and do it 2 times. Still burning one for old school, like I was smoking weed last night. Still smoking when the drug footage from 1961. It's on Benny's and Goofballs. Benny's and shit. I don't know if those are what barbiturates is. Or is Benny's? I don't know what Benny's is. I don't know what Goofballs is, bro. We gonna find out. Shit, hold on. Now we about to find out. Benny's and Goofballs. Let's jump into this. Now again, I never heard of what no Goofballs is. If you know what Goofballs is, put it in the comment, bro.
What kind of drugs are we talking about? Not heroin, not dope. Over the years, the tragic consequences of narcotic addiction have been widely exposed. This report is concerned only with the abuse of 2 prescription drugs, pills and capsules that you keep in your medicine chest, your nose, and sleeping pills.
Is it pet pills? What do you mean a pet pill? Like something for your dog? Something for like your horse? This is what, 1961?
Abuse of 2 prescription drugs, pills and capsules that you keep in your medicine chest, your night table, your pocket, your purse. We're talking about pet pills and sleeping pills. Amphetamines, the pet pills, are pills and stay-awake pills, referred to as Bennies, Hearts, Co-Pilots, and West Coast turnarounds.
What?
Hold on. So what is these? Are these caffeine pills? Is that what these is? What he said? He said what he say? Did he say antihistamines? He ain't say antihistamines.
Pocket, your purse. We're talking about pep pills and sleeping pills. Amphetamines, the pep
Is that meth? Hold on. And uh, that's not right. Amphetamines. That is. Are you amphetamines? It's synthetic, addictive, mood altering drug used illegally as a stimulant and legally as a prescription drug to treat ADD, narcolepsy. Okay, so ADD. So I don't understand. What does it do? Make you woozy? What do amphetamines do to you?
pills are commonly called and stay awake pills. In the jargon of the misuser, they're often referred to as bennies, hearts, co-pilots, and West Coast turnarounds.
Okay, Biddies, Hearts, co-pilots, and West Coast turnarounds. Can you get a West Coast like? Can you still get West Coast turnarounds on the street, or like is niggas off of those now?
Their
Barbiturates.
colorful names, goofballo jackets, blue heavens, and rainbows. These rather gay and affectionate nicknames highlight the magnitude of the illegal traffic in these drugs.
All right, hold on, bro. Because we don't know exactly what this is not going to be bit to it barbiturate drugs. Barbiturates are a group of drugs known as sedative hypnotics, generally described as sleep-inducing and anxiety decreasing effects. Extremely dangerous because the correct dose is difficult to predict. Even a slight overdose can cause coma or death. God damn, bro. Barbiturates is crazy, bro. Following different brand names. Amorbitua, Secobitua, Butubitua, Fentobutua, Belladonna. Okay, so that's just all different kinds of barbiturates. All right, all right. And those are the goofballs. Benny's is amphetamines and goofballs are barbiturates.
And they also reflect the casual manner in which pep pills and sleeping pills are handled and consumed. The Food and Drug Administration.
What do you do?
The illegal traffic in these drugs in this country is a very major problem today. There are about 10 billion of these pills manufactured each year for legal uses. About half of these, or 5 billion, find their ways into illegal channels and are
So hold on. So there's 10 billion made. You say 5 billion are on the streets, and this is 61. How they get on the street? Like which block?
ultimately misused.
10 billion doses. Simple mathematical translation, enough pep pills to keep every man, woman, and child in the United States awake and jumping for about a week. And enough sleeping pills to plunge them into a round-the-clock stupor for another week. The demand is enormous.
The amphetamines are central nervous system stimulants, and as such, they're often used to buoy up a patient's spirits or individual's appetite when weight reduction is desired. The
So hold on. Do amphetamines like get you amped where you want to just run around a block and type of shit? The amphetamines make you like get your Forrest Gump on, where you just wake up and be like, I just don't like running.
Barbiturates, on the other hand, are central nervous system depressants, and they're used to calm a patient, to help sedate it, assist in sleep.
So okay. So Benny's get you wanting to run, and goofballs make you don't want to run. I think I'd rather have a goofball.
Core of truth, which has not yet gotten through to millions of American adults and teenagers. Pep pills and sleeping pills, when improperly used, can be just as dangerous. Results of drug abuse can be just as tragic, sometimes even worse.
Well, drug abuse is the intentional misuse of a drug by an individual when it's not been prescribed by the physician for the specific purpose, specific use for that individual. Now, we have to recognize that drugs today are very potent, and that the use for a purpose other than originally prescribed can cause great harm rather than the good.
Okay. So you're saying basically, don't buy barbiturates off the street and take a handful of them. I think most people would know that that's true.
This is particularly true with the amphetamines and the barbiturates. These drugs affect the central nervous system. One is a depressant, the other is a stimulant. And their continued misuse can cause mental, physical deterioration.
And goofballs at the same time. Like if you take a Benny to get up and take a goofball to come down, do you just end up medium?
Can lead to severe emotional problems, alterations of the psyche, may lead to suicide or accidental death.
I was very lucky that I wasn't really hurt, killed.
What was he doing? Driving on barbiturates? No. Hold on. Yeah, well, barbiturates is the goofballs. So he must have been trying to drive on barbiturates.
While driving for a firm, I tried to make a trip that I shouldn't have tried to make.
Too long?
Too long of a trip, staying up too much.
No sleep?
No sleep.
Were you taking pills?
Yes, sir. Pills had. Well, as I started seeing things, I saw, to begin with, a car sitting in front of me, as though I had woken up from a sleep. There's a lady standing beside the car, telling me it was a man on top of the car with a shotgun trying to shoot me.
What? You got that? You got that from taking a Benny made you hallucinate that there was a woman in front of you telling you that there was a dude on top of the car with a shotgun? How did you do that? What the fuck was you doing? What was you watching? Like, was you watching Rambo for goddamn watching Commando or goddamn Cobra?
And I began to try to shake him off going down the road by swerving and jamming on brakes and what have you. After.
So this nigga is yeah, you don't need no drugs, bro.
Staying with a wheel and all, trying to get rid of him and shooting back at him. I had a pistol with me and I shot back at him. He was still there, determined to get it looked like. I come into a town not knowing where I was or anything. I figured maybe by renting the truck I could shake him up enough I could get away from him. But very fortunately I didn't hit him. I did take down a fire plug and a few other things around there.
Now, what happened when the police took you downtown?
Well, they was already on to what had happened by my condition and all, and didn't believe my story. And I finally got one to go down and take a look at the truck, hold the windshield that I had shot.
Abuse exhibited.
So this motherfucker had fantasized a whole goddamn action sequence, like some shit right out of a fucking movie. He basically just explained the Terminator 2 chase. It's not the Terminator 2 chase. It was the what was that Terminator where they brought in the girl like Terminator who had like she could control cars and shit. Whatever one that was. I mean, like she was up on the shit, like, you know what I mean, he's shooting through the bitch too. Described Terminator 3 in 1961 before even the fucking first Terminator came out.
Some of the typical psychological symptoms of pep pill poisoning: feelings of persecution, reckless behavior, seeing things or people that aren't there.
One of the unfortunate things about amphetamines and their abuse is that the individual himself often doesn't perceive or see the changes that occur. He doesn't realize what's happening to him. There are some physical changes, fine movements, the discriminatory movements. Other changes involve the heart and the rate at which it beats. The heart rate may increase greatly. It may even lead to total cardiovascular collapse. The individual.
So doing Benny's fucks up your movements and your motor skills. Like Benny's make you not be able to like do fine motor movements. Why would you want to do those? What's good, Wiz? Planet of the Grapes in that Dream Machine. All right, Wiz. Grapes and shit. Yeah, we want to go and try to find that label too. I want to see what that look like.
Individual's physical appearance may change. Look entirely different under the use of these drugs and without them. Here's a graph, two photographs of young men taken in this individual's physical appearance that occurred in this short period of time with the heavy use of amphetamines.
What happened? His hair grew? Is that what happened? His hair grew? Because like it wasn't no big ass difference. What's the big difference? Huh? Did the nigga neck get fatter? So which one is what? Is this one the before and this is the after? Or is this the before and this is the after? Yeah, I can't tell.
That occurred in this short period of time with the heavy use of amphetamines.
Those are the bennies.
But the abuse of barbiturates, sedatives and sleeping pills, can be far more dangerous. For barbiturates today are the #1 cause of death by poisoning in the United States.
Barbiturates was poisoning motherfuckers like crazy in 61. But they did say that the goofballs, since they slow everything down and shit, fuck you up for calculation.
Abusers of sleeping pills and sedatives fall into two major groups. The first group, adults who take self-administered doses to calm jittery nerves and secure restful sleep. Because overdoses of sleeping pills produce mental confusion and distortion of time, the victim loses count of how many pills have been taken, and the results can be coma and death.
I'm not sure that they're forgetting how many they taking. They may just be purposely.
Second of kick-happy juveniles out for cheap thrills, eager to be part of the gang. This includes teenagers and young adults from every section of the country and every economic bracket.
This is the thing, though, right? If you're going to a party, why are you going to a party and taking a goofball when a goofball is going to slow you down? If you at a party, you want to be up, bruh.
Like narcotics and other mind offer a blurred escape from the facts of life and personality problems and release the victim from all sense of obligation and guilt.
The drug problem, as I have observed it, exists among the middle and upper income bracket people rather than the poorer class of people. My brother
Oh, that's because so she's in the suburb and shit. So she's talking about the people that surround her hood.
his family. He was in hospitals at different times. The doctors tried to get him off the drugs, but he couldn't seem to let alone or resist using them for some.
What's going to be the end result? Their brother from overdose or something. That's where I'm thinking that this story is going to lead to.
Reason, as far as I know, whenever he can get his hands upon them. He has not been in the hospital recently, but he is still addicted to the drugs. He still takes them.
It's good with you, Cam. I'm watching this 1961 documentary on bennies and goofballs. Paul Newman is like a famous actor or some shit. Or was he a singer?
Well, the individual who is misusing barbiturates commonly finds that he has to take larger and larger amounts in order to produce the desired effect. Now, as this goes on, he ultimately reaches a dosage level where if he fails to receive the drug, he becomes physically ill. When this takes place, he's truly addicted. Other addictions to the hard narcotics, the withdrawal of this individual from the drug becomes a serious problem. In fact, many feel that it can be more serious and dangerous to withdraw a barbiturate addict from his drug than a narcotic user from heroin or morphine.
God damn, that's ugly. Oh, you say did I grab? Yeah, I grabbed late last night. I had my homie had dropped me off something and shit. While I was on my way to the airport or shit. Blue raspberry whiteout. Yeah, blue raspberry whiteout. Put one of those in the air, bro. I just got done burning a raw joint. I'm high as fuck. I'm high as fuck right now.
When withdrawal does occur, the person becomes very ill. He experiences pain, may go into deliriums, have high fever, and convulsions.
Oh, that's some type of brand new dance move called the flop.
The individual may die.
You just I just thought they just showed that nigga die.
In the lifespan of man, youth has traditionally been the moment for experimentation, adventure, self-analysis, and rebellion. Rebellion against parental authority and social restrictions. Since the beginning of time, however, growing older has taken care of all that. But we have changed the pattern. An overdose of bennies can wash out every inhibition, and a couple of goofballs can transport you to a limbo world where nothing matters, not even you. The following is what happens when bennies and goofballs taken together are abused over a period of time.
Oh, hold on. See, I just asked that question. Did people take bennies and goofballs simultaneous? Because again, bennies are uppers and goofballs take an upper and a downer. Do you end up like level?
I had a very bad accident under the influence of these drugs. I had 36 stitches in the head and face. I went through the windshield. It was at night about 1 o'clock. I was coming home. Just totally blacked out at the wheel. Before I blacked out at the wheel, I was seeing the road move. I was seeing cars that weren't there, lights that were there, weren't there. It was all black. in the face. I couldn't see nothing. I was in the hospital. Quit for
That's ugly, bruh. You driving and then you get like road hypnotized, the where like you know what I mean the shit turning into a like a hallucination or a mirage. I've been on long road trips where you know what I mean like that shit's happened to me. Where like I'll be behind a car and shit, and then all of a sudden that shit like merges into the road.
about a year. Then I ran into this friend of mine that I had met that got pills in the first place, and he had more pills. I started taking them on the weekends.
How do you feel it's affected your life?
Well, I feel like I've lost all my rights as a citizen whenever for disorderly conduct when it was just self-defense, but because of my record, I was found guilty and I was put away.
How did the
So hold on. So you saying that because you crashed the car while you was on Benny's, now anytime any crime happens, they just come into you? So if a motherfucker jaywalks, they gonna say, let's go over to Benny taking Benjamin.
mind?
My mind, I had an IQ of 120. I was very alert in school, very alert on the job. And I noticed I was losing this alertness the more I would take these pills. I would find out I was a little slower in my mind. My body, physically, my blood pressure is low. I'm nervous all the time. I get nervous and upset over little things that would ordinarily. I went to the doctors, and he says it was the cause of these pills that I didn't have.
So hold on. So taking Benny's turn you into a woman? Not like physically, but make you like super emotional.
I had no idea when I went into this that it would affect me later on as it has. I know a lot of boys, and none of them up until now. Now most of them know. I say most of them because some of them have went on to higher, more deadly drugs.
You mean
What's higher more deadly than fucking goofballs and Benny's? You know what I mean? Goofballs will fucking kill you if you just take like one extra pill.
like heroin?
Yes, sir.
You didn't see
I thought Paul Newman said no, that's not what he said. He said they're more available because they're prescriptions.
You are about to hear from an 18-year-old youngster convicted of murder and sentenced to die in the electric chair.
this is the third.
What did he do? It's going to be something Benny or goofball related. So sell goofballs to people, or did he was he high and crashed into
The
something?
purpose of this live interview was to record any statement this youngster might to his experience with drugs. The interview was conducted throughout by defense counsel who asked all the questions. Some were not directly related to the subject matter of this report. This irrelevant material has been deleted in the interest of justice.
What were these pills? Were they pills or powder?
These little teeny capsules.
What were they called?
Red birds, blue heavens. Yeah.
Hold on. Yellow jackets. We seen that. Yellow jackets. So that's a pentobarbital. Purple hearts are phenobarbital. So he had these barbiturates, and these are the sedative hypnotics. So okay, so he just sedated himself. So what happened under your sedation, bruh?
Yes, sir.
Shows that he and an older male companion were involved in a series of offenses across 5 states before they were arrested for murder. The court record also shows that his older male companion consistently supplied him with drugs every day for a period of 2 months.
Before? No, sir.
Had you ever taken any drugs or pills or any powders or any substance or liquid that contained drugs before that you know of?
Except what my mother gave me. Yes, sir.
What effect, if any, these red bud pills, which you have characterized as a dangerous drug, have on you, on your memory, on your body?
Well, you're dizzy, you tend to remember, you're tucking up, you go unconscious. You couldn't remember nothing you done. But the worst part about it is coming off of them.
Now, do you have any advice for the teenagers or the children?
I would like to say, if I have to go to the electric chair and die, and know this will help some other boy or girl from getting in this trouble, I'd like to say that keep away from people that mess with dope and drugs, stuff like that.
See, you heard what he just said? People stay away from dope. Now, imagine now talking about, the barbiturates and the amphetamines and shit that got him booked. But as we've been going through a lot of this weed, bruh. So I guess he's equating weed to fucking barbiturates. Well, 1961, I can see them doing that. I don't think that I mean that, like, I'm not going to say they didn't have the information to say that weed was way different than those other drugs, but they act like they didn't know.
For years now, the Food and Drug Administration has been fighting the underworld traffic in these drugs, using every legal resource at its command. But it wasn't enough. Loopholes in the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act limited FDA efforts. Brilliant scientific sleuthing and undercover investigation traced black market drugs to their source of diversion from legitimate channels until the drugs were proved to be interstate commerce moving across state lines. Drug pushers had to be caught in the physical act of selling the drug illegally, and FDA inspectors had to have the cooperation of United States Marshals in order to make arrests and seizures. Decisive action by the President and the Congress was taken to plug these loopholes.
The Drug Abuse Control Amendments were enacted by the Congress and signed into law by the President on July 15, 1960.
Narcotics. Some of these drugs are very easily and very cheaply manufactured. Production has been rapidly increasing. Some of that production has been counterfeit. But more importantly, the Food and Drug Administration estimates that at least 1/2 the annual production of certain useful drugs is being diverted to criminal traffic. Enough goofballs and pep pills, for instance, are being manufactured this year to provide 24 pills to every man, woman, and child in the United States. Racketeers in this field are making easy victims of many of our finest young people. The Congress hopes, and I hope, that this act will put a stop to such vicious business.
I think that was Eisenhower. And that's just going off of what I think I remember he looks like. All right. But I guess so. I guess the population that's what they were referring to him as, and he's going to do some shit they're going to broadcast on the radio. I guess he'll describe him as goofballs.
These amendments give us sharp teeth to enforce the food and drug law, and we think will make a contribution towards helping us solve the problem. We will be able to require them to maintain accurate records of their shipments and receipt of the barbiturates, the amphetamines, and other drugs of this nature. We will also have special agents who will work as undercover agents to help track down those drugs that are illegally diverted. These individuals will have the powers of summary arrest, power of seizure. All told, these amendments, we think, will make it possible to help
war on drugs, like the origins of it. Not even the origins of it, because this is 61. The origins of the war on drug go back 20s, 30s shit.
We'll join with many other agencies in an educational campaign aimed at parents and teenagers to help them understand the dangers of misuse of these drugs. But it really comes down to how you and your own, with your enforcement activities, we can solve this national health problem.
There are the facts. There is only one way to interpret them. Take these drugs only on doctor's orders and handle them with respect. Avoid the good-bad drug dilemma. This is Paul Newman at Universal Studios and Universal...
Biddies and goofballs. I don't know if y'all can hear that. That's my grandson. Let me go see what now many hollering about. Yo, I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow, bro. We'll find something else to watch, bro. Oh, I may even jump on later. Who knows, bro? Stay tuned to the channel, man. I'll be posting some reactions to some weed news and shit like that throughout the day. So I'll holler at y'all with that. I'm too little Marley.